hate to think that anybody's out there self-mutilating, cutting, things like that. Like I said, mine is self-destructive. I tend to binge eat. I tend to destroy the object in which I hate, which in this case is my physical being. But it seems a lot of people have found positive ways as well, which is, like I said, really, really good. One person listens to classical music and meditates. This allows them to think about the body that they're hoping for. But again, we have people who avoid mirrors, complain about it. They need to vent. Avoid pictures of themselves. And I this is one of those things I'm notorious for too. I was at a banquet earlier today with my daughter, who's a senior, and somebody offered to take a picture of the two of us, and I was like, no, I'm not getting in a picture. It was a banquet. It was one of the last banquets of my kid's senior year, and subconsciously, I was terrified of a picture. It didn't matter that it was, the beginning of the end for her. It was a self-awareness thing. Now, fortunately, I will say this wholeheartedly that most of the time my kid is spoiled, and if she says, "But please, Dad," I cave. So there is a picture, of course. But I disliked my body so much. Even with my binder, there's that word. I knew it would come up. Even with my binder on in the picture, I still look like I'm wearing a sports bra. And some of you will go, yeah, we just need layers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was in that particular environment, I knew it was going to be really, really hot. And I didn't want to pass out because I was wearing layers, because I was trying to hide something. I was trying to avoid taking pictures, but whatever. So, again, I gotta just go through these, forever and ever and ever. And, there are people who just, this one person distracts themselves. THC, maybe gets a little CBD oil or CBD gummies. I'm not encouraging anything that is illegal in your state. If it's illegal in your state, don't do it. All right, that's rule number one. So if it's legal in your state, then by all means, do whatever you need to do. But if it's illegal in your state, don't do it. They're sleeping, playing with video games, like I said, crying at the end of your bed, changing out the wardrobe. Some people, bubble baths. It just, like I said, it's different for everybody. And the thing of that is, I want you to understand, and I need myself to understand, is every one of those that I read to you is completely normal. Everybody handles it differently. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, there's no transgender masculine way, no transgender feminine way. There's no not masculine enough or not trans enough, as that, doctor told that poor kid last time we talked. There's no right way, there's no, well, if you do it this way, then you're not transgender. If you don't do it that way, then you are transgender. No. It's just simple. We all handle it differently. So, that being said, I have to encourage you, of course, because I struggle with it now that I'm aware of it. And that's kind of the beauty of it, is being aware of it. Be aware of the fact that it is there, and that you are progressing. You are changing. You are becoming the you that you want to be. It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing good in this world happens overnight. Oh, somebody else just posted. Let's see. What was this one? Oh, here. I look at old pictures to physically see my progress. That's a perfect one. Journals, right? They talk to their spouse. This one person likes to think about vehicles. Just kind of disassociates themselves from themselves. So yeah, like I said, there's good ways, and then there's not so good ways. Mine tends to be on the not so good way. I'm working on it. I got the gym membership. I'm going to go in tomorrow night. I would have gone in today, but again, we had that banquet, and I swapped out the soda for the water. I'm going to keep that up. I think I'm actually going to keep like a little tally system for myself, and I don't know, maybe every 25 days or every 50 days. Now let's start out with 25. We'll do it that way. Let's start out with every 25. After 25 days, I'll reward myself with something, whether it's a tattoo, whether it's a new pair of sneakers or a new pair of shoes, because I'm such a shoe whore. Whether it's, I don't know, ice cream, something, reward myself with something. I'll go, go shopping for something. Again, that retail therapy is a miracle thing. I don't know, I'll go get the car washed. I'll detail it. I don't know, something. But then, like I said, and this is a primate. This is the perfect. I love this one, actually. A couple of people have said it. They either record their voices to hear it over time, if they're on, a testosterone, or they're on some form of HRT, so that they can see the progress. They take pictures of themselves so they can see the progress. Because, we look at the mirror every single day. We never see the progress. But even from podcast, like even with these, podcast 1 to now podcast 12, there's a difference in my voice. It's small, I admit it, because it's only been a month and a half. But there is a difference, and I heard it the other day. I heard it yesterday, actually. Listen to your voice. Take pictures of yourself. Record your voice. Write in a journal. A physical representation, because as a journal now, and this is kind of a beautiful thing with journals, you can actually take them if you're brave enough, and you can go over to Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and you can take it and turn it into memoirs for the next generation, another transgender, so that they get to see that they're not the only one experiencing these things. It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be self-destructive. It really doesn't. I don't want anybody to think that self-destructive is the only way. Enough I say I a lot, don't I? Holy buckets. I want to thank you guys. We are at podcast number 12. We've gone over the 10 podcast hump. We have nearly 300 downloads of 11 podcasts. That's phenomenal. 10 was live. We do have people interested in doing interviews, which is great. I absolutely love that, and I'm looking forward to it. We're trying to figure out how to do it in the system without having them here in the studio. Because by studio, I mean my living room. And it's kind of cool. Even the dogs have gotten to the point where they're like, oh, Sunday night podcast, we need to be quiet. It's cool. They're actually all passed out. Everybody's aware. Nobody's, but like I said, I mean, like 300 downloads. When we started this back at the end of December or early January, I never thought that we would get, 300 people listening to anything that I say. And we get a lot of them, and it's fabulous. We've gotten 30 of the 50 states. Somebody plugs in at least once in a while. Multiple countries. We picked up in India and the Philippines the other day, which was really kind of cool. And it's just absolutely great. That we are being heard. That hopefully, because we know that we're being heard, and we're being heard more than once in some places, so people are liking what they're hearing, and we like that. We greatly appreciate that. So you guys are awesome for listening in, and we really, really do appreciate you, and we hope that you really appreciate us. And we'll do another live one soon. I don't know, maybe on the next snow day or something like that. So one thing that I would love, if you take nothing away from this shorter than usual podcast, because I am starting to wrap up, if you take nothing away from this minuscule little rant of mine, understand that part of gender dysphoria is the anxiety. It's not liking what you see. It's wanting to change what you see. It doesn't happen overnight. You can change it. You are changing it. You will be the person on the outside that you are on the inside. It just takes time. Remember, what does it say? I'm thinking of the line from Mulan that the father tells his daughter. The blossom that, blooms in adversity is the rarest of them all. It takes time for beautiful things to happen. It takes time. So what I'm going to challenge everybody, anybody who's listening, everybody who's listening. So you, yeah, and you in the back, yeah, you too. All right, I want you to take a moment every day. If it's 10 seconds, 1 hour, 5 minutes, it can be in your car, it can be in the shower. I want you to think of one positive affirmation. Now, all right, so some of you just went, well, what the heck is an affirmation? An affirmation is a self-statement, all right? It's really, really easy. A recognition or an assertion of an existence of value of one's individual self. That means, okay, putting in regular people's terms or English, okay, it's a self-statement. It's something good about you. It doesn't have to be about your body. It doesn't have to be about your hair, your eye color, your makeup, your build. Doesn't have, sorry, the dog just groaned. Doesn't have to be about any of those things. All right, man or woman, you are brilliant. Okay, well spoken, beautiful, pretty, handsome. Up here in the head, it doesn't have to be physical. Okay, somebody that I have, I've had a mad crush on forever. I am wholeheartedly, absolutely 100% in love with his mind. Don't get me wrong, the body's nice too. Okay, but I fell in love with the mind long before I fell in love with the body. Whether you're female to male, male to female, trans, trans, pan, asexual, bisexual, demisexual, non-binary, and everything else in between. I don't care for a purple and red striped zebra, or cisgender for that matter. I don't care. Bisexual, non-sexual, asexual. I think you get the gist. If you're listening and you have those days, and I think just about everybody has those days, think of something. You're good at. Are you good at something? Most of us are good at a lot of things, and it's very hard to do. What I want you to do is I want you to think of them. If you have the time, get a little notebook, write them down. Write them on sticky notes and post them somewhere. Write them somewhere. Keep a log. Keep a record. Put it on the cloud if you need to. Put it on a Google Doc so that you can see it anywhere. And then those days when it really, really sucks, when the gender dysphoria is like an anvil strapped around your neck, pull it up. Look at them. Remember that whether you are, male going to female, female going to male, that those things are still true. You're a work in progress. Okay? Don't abandon the project. Don't be like Michelangelo, who abandoned projects that he felt were uncomfortable, just decided he didn't like them or they were too hard. Sorry, that's my Renaissance world history professor person coming out. Just, remember, again, it's patience. It takes time. You're a Mona Lisa. You're a Da Vinci. You're a Van Gogh. My child is staring at me with a Lunchable. Yes, you may have it.
The last one.
I don't want to know. Anyway.
You still have it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Clearly, food makes Leo happy.
I like food.
Yeah, he likes food. He can't. He's like 100 pounds soaking wet.